How dare you have a fucking drink at the start of our stream? How
You're supposed to introduce us. It's your job to keep your mouth empty, not mine.
You claim to be a professional, and you started like,
no, I complain to be a professor. There's a difference. This doesn't stand for professional. Hi, everybody.
Hello. We're here. We're live.
He's OZChris. I'm ProfPixel. This is Doctor. No, this isn't Doctor Who. This is
Doctor Who. Wow. I wonder what episode we're in. I hope it's a good one.
Well, wait. Does that make you the Doctor or me the Doctor?
I don't know. Doctor Who has been for primarily a white guy, so I have half of a chance.
I don't know if you ask Nerdrotic, we're both the wrong person for this job.
Well, I would have to ask Nerdrotic, and I don't want anything to do with that prick.
Neither do I. So here we go.
Anyone with sound of mind does not want to have anything to do with that guy. But anyway, welcome back to another week for Madmen with the Box Live. We are here at the end of the stream to review Dragonfire, the final serial of Sylvester McCoy's first season as the Seventh Doctor, season 24. Before that, we have some news.
We do. I know the thumbnail says no news. That was partially a lie. But you know what? I'm going to keep it.
Oh, we don't have news about Doctor Who. We have Doctor Who adjacent news.
It's stuff to do with the Doctor. So
stuff to do with the Doctor, I guess.
Not technically.
I don't know. Is it?
I'm gonna have to fix my microphone.
Yeah, I'm echoing in yours.
Start talking about this.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. New Sixth Doctor box set is coming out later this year. New colon cover alert: the Cosmos and Mrs. Clark, the latest in the Sixth Doctor adventures range. The Doctor is meeting Iris Wildtime yet again, and a big surprise, Constance as the companion this time. It looks great. It looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, me too. I like it. Look, there's a Dalek back there.
Of course.
I love the Daleks. There's also a furry.
Of course, you see that when it comes to Daleks, you're like Red Letter Media in that Rogue One intro. I clapped when I saw it. Daleks! Cybermen!
No.
Remember when the Doctor said, I don't want to go? I remember that.
No. Otherwise, when they announced the Adric book by Matthew Waterhouse, would have been all over it.
Adric!
No. Only for Daleks, okay? You go too far.
Fine. Sure. Wow, can't believe you like the certain German party allegory. Ooh. Didn't know I was hanging out with Kanye West.
That's right.
Yeah, I know we're definitely definitely both going to be listening to this box set. So far, consistently, the Sixth Doctor box set stuff has been really, really good. Although it was an anniversary year, so it's like it better be fucking good. But now we're not in the anniversary. We're in post-anniversary.
Yeah. No, we're in...
And we have Connor in the chat from the 50% Doctor Who podcast. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Happy Valentine's Day to all the loners out there. Lovers out there tomorrow. Yeah, why were the lovers or the loners?
Honestly, over loners is probably...
Don't worry. I'm going to have my day on February 15th, which I found out is Singles Awareness Day. So, fuck yeah. I get a day to myself. I get February 15th for Singles Awareness Day, then I get February 16th for my birthday. I get 2 days for me. Eat shit, couples.
I see I arrived just in time.
Yes, you did. Thanks, Connor. More Big Finish news. Let's go ahead into the next one. Planet Crinoid, which is Landry's brainchild that
he's not getting any residuals on.
That's right.
Yep.
Big Finish is stolen. And, you know, the Doctor isn't really the star of this one. He's in it, but he's not the star, and now he's being taken over. He's green now. It's not easy being green.
Yeah, and we have Reese Shearsmith, who was Patrick Troughton in Adventure in Space and Time. He was also that main scientist guy in Sleep No More, best Doctor Who episode of all time.
Love that episode.
Oh no, sorry, second best. I forgot about Love and Monsters.
How dare you, sir?
Connor says Pixel Glitz died at 101 by tripping over a whiskey bottle. What a goat. And he liked your Kermit impression.
Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here, and I do like Doctor Who. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good there, Pixel.
I'm something of an amphibian myself.
I'm something of a Muppet myself.
When I sing, I am the Muppet.
Do you have like a Kermit like puppet like on the top of a chair, and the Kermit voice comes out of it like Green Goblin?
Put me on. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights.
We have a new world to conquer.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Stop that.
That's some sweet trick of yours. That's Spidey sense. But no, Planet Crinoid. I don't know. The premise of this in the box set didn't particularly interest me, so I don't know. I might pass. Cover looks great, but I might pass on it. Maybe because I'm supporting Landry in this by not buying it. I don't know.
I don't know. Landry didn't seem opposed to it. He was like, "It's my idea," but they didn't steal his idea.
Who knows?
They just had similar.
They watch every channel. They're taking everyone's ideas.
Do they talk about us on Big Finish podcast?
They've mentioned us. Us two in particular, we were mentioned. I don't know about the latest ones. But...
the sweet Stephen Noonan.
Yes.
Our favorite. Love him. All right. One more piece of Big Finish news. Unit! New unit. Brave New World.
Yes. Yep. Unit, Brave New World, Fractures. This is the third in... Well, it's this and a second box set is coming out next year. I've done reviews on... I did a review on the first one, I believe. I really like the first one. The first one's really good. I can't remember if I've listened to the second one yet, but I really like the first one. The theme for it is a banger. But the thing is, in particular with this box set, the previous two were both physical and download options. this is now download only. So for some series, it looks like they might be scaling back on physical releases. Because maybe they're not making a lot of money on the physical copies. Because they're definitely like lowering the quantity of like how many like quote unquote collector's editions of like the physical box sets that they're doing. So I'm guessing for a lot of them, it's like, unless it's, I feel like it's like, if it's a big main series, they'll do physical options, but for like these side ones, they're like download only.
Yeah, I also, what the hell is this cover? It's a dinosaur, but it's glowing like it's about to shoot Godzilla breath everywhere, and it also has claws.
Yeah, like lobster claws.
It's a rock lobster. Anyway,
You should kill yourself now.
I'm considering it. I have never. I didn't listen to the first two. Maybe I should. Are you getting the next one, even though it's download only?
Yeah, I'll probably get the next one. I might have to listen to the second one first before I decide.
You might want to do that. It's just,
No, maybe
just a suggestion.
I'll just skip it.
That's right. You want to get right to Clawzilla here.
Clawzilla, yeah, that's what we're calling it.
Let's talk about something savage. The Savages. Yep.
Yes. So next month on the 24th, the Savages returns as a animated release coming out on DVD, Blu-ray, and Steelbook. That Steelbook looks amazing. The standard Blu-ray cover looks like shit.
Yes.
Which I don't know why they always do this. The Blu-ray covers always look the worst. Like the standard covers always look the worst. And then the Steelbooks look like this. They look amazing. Like hang on, I can grab it here. Like here, my copy of Underwater Menace. I got the Steelbook, and it looks amazing. And then go look at like what the standard Blu-ray cover looks like. It looks like garbage. They do it with every one of these releases. I don't know why. No. Who is the cover designer on these? Why do they still have a job? I'm not advocating for people for losing jobs, but I don't know. Maybe put some more fucking work into it. You're working. This is Doctor Who, okay? This is prestige. Some might say.
We're talking about Dragonfire tonight.
Exactly. Okay. But no, you want, like, covers are also important. It's to catch your eye and try and sell something. If I'm thinking like a businessman.
Yep.
That's why it's the same with comics. You want a good looking cover. Now, granted, good looking covers can also be misleading. You could be like, wow, look at this In-Hook Lee cover. It looks amazing. And then you open it's like, oh, it's John Romita Jr. art. This looks like fucking garbage.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm not wrong. John Romita Jr. art back in the day was a little bit better. Nowadays, it looks bad.
Well, that's
Nepo baby.
Conversation.
What a Nepo baby.
See, I talked about this before on other channels. One of the big problems, though, is that the colorists are not good for his art at all.
No,
his line work isn't great. His line work isn't great, but it's not nearly as bad as it is with the colorist. If it has classic comic coloring, it actually it looks pretty decent. But that's neither here nor there, and nothing to do with Doctor Who. So, and I can say why they make the Steelbook look so good. So that way you don't just buy the Blu-ray. They want you to pay the extra $30.
I know. I'm getting the Steelbook anyway. I think I already ordered this already, like before when it was announced. It's like, oh, I'll get it. I'll watch it. It's Doctor Who.
Savage.
I haven't watched the Toy Maker one yet. I still have it. It's just sitting next to me.
I need to watch that.
I need to watch it too.
And lastly, not leastly, the Icons novels that have been releasing. There's another one with the 15th Doctor coming 12th of June, meaning Shirley Jackson. And there's a box of chaos.
And a chaos box.
Yep.
So, is Jeff Goldblum going to be in this? Chaos.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Hmm.
I'm going to star in the sequel, and it's not going to be that good.
My daughter's going
to use gymnastics to kill a raptor.
Listen, I actually don't mind Lost World. I don't.
No.
It's a fine film. It's just
And then
unfortunately after Jurassic Park.
Yeah, you can't be Jurassic Park.
You can't beat Jurassic Park. But hey, it's not as bad as a lot of most of the World trilogy. The World trilogy is actually just bad.
The first one's good.
I think the first one is fine. Fallen Kingdom is just Lost World again.
Yep.
Dominion is actually dumb. Wow, we have this. What's society gonna be like with all these dinosaurs just in society? Hey guys, locusts. Big prehistoric locusts. That's what you want to see when we have a show about a movie about dinosaurs.
Now there's a third island.
I mean, hey, that could be good. It's Gareth Edwards is doing it, isn't it?
Yes, it actually does look promising.
Like filming wise, it looks good. I'm just worried it's going to be another rehash.
It's starring, I believe, Rogue.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah.
No, it's not Jonathan Groff. It's Jonathan Bailey from Wicked.
Oh, I mixed those two up. My bad. And then it's also Scarlett Johansson, and I'll go to something for a second.
Great, Scarlett Johansson taking more Asian roles. Typical.
What?
Come on, bro.
He's not. That's right. Scarlett Johansson as Doctor Who.
No, it's funny because after that trailer came out, I saw someone post it's just like Scarlett Johansson portraying Doctor Wu's daughter.
I remember the after that Ghost in the Shell movie. I never saw it. I don't care anything about Ghost in the Shell, but apparently people in Japan actually did like the movie compared to over here in the U.S. People in Japan liked the Ghost in the Shell movie. That's what I heard. I don't know.
I haven't.
You've been to Japan? Have you asked anybody?
Yeah, that's what I know. I asked him, like, what do you think of Scarlett Johansson, Ghost in the Shell? What did you think of Netflix Death Note?
Oh God.
What do you think of Robert Rodriguez, Battle Angel Alita, or James Cameron or whatever?
That was James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron, Battle Angel. I thought it was fine, but it was like very clearly like this is part one. This is part one of it.
They never did a part two.
I know, which is weird. But it felt very
why?
like this
because
is part
he's so focused on doing stupid blue people movies.
Oh,
God,
I saw those. Here's our air tribe of like avatars. It's like, bro, that's just the fucking air nomads from Avatar: The Last Airbender from Legend of Aang.
Yep,
bro, they're wearing the same orange robes. You're not good at hiding it.
Did you like? I never liked the first movie. I don't know why I went to the second one. They're not good. They're not good. Why? Why are they the highest grossing movies of all time?
It's just the visuals.
It's literally just the visuals, and it drives me bonkers.
Which, granted, yes, they they look good. They look amazing.
I'm never going to say it doesn't. Like,
But
even
the story is okay. The story's fine. It's not like the best story in the world. However, if Jimmy was here, which he's never, he would argue it's the best story ever because he's the number one Avatar fan.
God, I forgot that. Jimmy has been gone so long that I forgot he was Avatar's number one fan.
If there are 50 million Avatar fans, Jimmy is one of them. If there are 100 Avatar fans, Jimmy is one of them. If there is one Avatar fan, Jimmy is one of them. If there are no Avatar fans, Jimmy has transcended.
Anyway, let's talk about Dragonfire. Gevain. Chris.
I gotta start this off.
Intro.
Sorry?
Intro.
Yes. So, as usual, we let the dice roll and pick what we were going to review, and we landed on the season 24 fourth serial, last story of this season, Dragonfire. It is the final, until she returns in The Giggle, the final televised appearance of Melanie Bush, of Bonnie Langford as Melanie Bush, and also
Not true. Power of the Doctor.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting she makes a cameo there. Yeah, that's true. Okay, fine. Then Power of the Doctor. Sorry. The final appearance of Sabalon Glitz, and the debut of Sophie Aldred as Ace. So Dragonfire. It is surprisingly. I keep forgetting it's only 3 parts.
Yeah.
The premiered on November 23rd. 1987, finished on the 7th of December, 1987, written by Ian Briggs. Surprisingly, it has nothing to do with the British laser-directed energy weapon, which is also called Dragonfire.
Also really has nothing to do with dragons. Or
because the creature isn't a dragon.
No. I was very
It's more of a big lobster bug thing.
Rock lobster! So Gevain, start us off.
Oh man, now allegedly this is the best serial of this season. Is that correct?
Compared to most episodes, I guess. It's not perfect.
No, yeah, I think I've said this about another series that we. It feels incomplete. I guess that if I had to say going through it, it feels incomplete, and on a certain level, it feels unnecessary. I don't remember the Glitz character from watching stuff before, so I wasn't as thrilled by his return as Mel and the Doctor were when they saw him. I just didn't get a lot of, I guess, the connective tissue of the story. So jumping to the end of the story where the very cute little girl smiles as the TARDIS fades away, and this is the same little girl that the mother was chasing around when they first arrived on the ice planet, and I just didn't get why that mattered. And then there was just a lot in this episode, this story. I just didn't get why we were going from one thing to the next. I could see how it might have been interesting if they did something with maybe they delved a little bit more into the origin of the gang that served as the reason for why this world exists or something like that. But this just seemed very just kind of shotgun put together. Like I don't understand why Mel decided to run off with the Glitz guy, and they're trying to sell it like, hey Doc, the kid needs you, so that's why I'm not going to go back to my home planet. I'm just going to run off with this guy and do whatever for the next umpteen years. And it's just, seem to be there seem to be no real motivation for the characters in the story. I guess that's what is bothering me the most. Like there's other than I think it was the Belize character, the female who was like the female henchman, who I think got killed a little bit too early. And her death seemed very meaningless. Like it just seemed like I think she got killed in the second episode of the serial, not the second episode. It felt like she should have got killed in the third and maybe made a more valiant effort to go against her boss, Mr. Freeze. But honestly, yeah, this just seems like I think if I'm using the word right, this is just a pastiche of a lot of Doctor Who tropes and cliches thrown into 3 episodes. And maybe it was good through 3 episodes. It's sort of a mercy killing, because I think if it went 4, I would probably say this is one of the worst stories I ever watched. And I'm a big fan of 7. But yeah, if this had gone 4, I would have been like, why? But yeah, even at 3, it's like it was a stretch. This felt like a 2-parter, and even then, it's just like it just seemed like the actress who played Mel had to go. We got to write something quick to get out of here, and this was pretty much it. So yeah, not a fan. And I love 7, but not a fan. Yeah.
I think what you said about they don't really have any motivation is actually perfect for all of it. Because first thing they do, they walk into the bar, a strawberry milkshake, please. They sit down. Oh, there's some rumor about a dragon. Let's check it out. They don't even really care. Like the doctor's like, well, why not? Yeah. I have nothing else to do today. We were just going to sit here. And I mean, Glitz appears in what is it? Trial of a Time Lord, which I love.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I knew it was that.
Yeah, but his return is nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. And the fact that Mel goes off with him, honestly, why? Just because. And he dies at 101 tripping over a whiskey bottle. Good for him, I guess. No. This whole episode really kind of just sucks. This whole season really just kind of sucks. This is rough. You start off with the time in the Ronnie. The only saving grace for this episode is that it's not as bad as Time in the Ronnie.
Right.
It was between those 2 episodes for this season too. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I do not like this. I'm trying to think of anything positive that I can say. Ace is nice. She shows such promise as a companion. I look forward to seeing what she does next. Oh, I've already seen stuff that she's done next. Yay!
Yeah.
That's it. Chris.
It's been quite a while since I've watched Dragonfire, but I always said it like, it's one of the better episodes of this season, and I still kind of believe that. Yeah, it's not perfect. I think Mel leaving is probably one of the worst companion departures because there's nothing to it. There's no weight to it. And I do feel like that probably is maybe because of the fact that they kicked Colin Baker out and whatever original plans they had for the next season had to be rewritten, or they had to change everything. Because when we're introduced to Mel, she's already traveled with the 6th Doctor sometime in the future, and then when she joins as a companion, the 6th Doctor hasn't met her yet, so he's traveling with a companion that's already traveled with him in the future. So there's this huge lot of adventures, which thankfully, novels, Big Finish, and all that have filled the gaps in. But not knowing that, and just if you were to watch the show from season 23 to season 24, it's like there's nothing with those characters. nothing, and there's nothing there that would be like, oh no, Mel's leaving.
Yeah.
And it just makes no sense why she leaves. She's just like, I think it's time to go. I'm going to travel with.
Go with Stellamon Glitz.
Yeah, it's not even like I think I'm done traveling. She just leaves to go travel with someone else, just not time travel, mainly just space travel.
Right.
It just makes
and
no. It's like
yeah,
okay,
and it's just pulling hands off. Yeah, it's like Ace. You know, It's like I'm leaving to make room for Ace. You know, because she needs you more than I need you right now, and that there's nothing during the scope of the story that in any way indicates that. And on top of that, it's like, are you serious? This guy's traveled with like 3, sometimes 4 people in this thing at one point. So it's not, if you really were looking for the kid to have like, a family be looked after, don't you think a 2-parent TARDIS would be better than a single parent? It's like, come on. It's like, it just, nothing in it has a rationale whatsoever. It's just like, it's like literally like they walked from one story into the next story into the next story. Because I know people always make fun of the dangling from the ice thing, and it's like, honestly, compared to the whole story, that's like the least offensive thing about about this. I mean, it's like, okay, if you're like, oh, what are the top 5 worst cliffhangers in Doctor Who? Okay, if you want to go there, but I mean, it's like, bruh, it's like, no, it's the fact that
hanging off a cliff.
A literal cliffhanger.
And apparently there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for that explains pretty much the whole serial to begin with, which is, yeah, we were going to do something like this, but something else happened and we forgot to come back to it. So that's why that cliffhanger is the way it was. And I'm sure someplace out there there's like on the cutting room floor, a scene or 3 that makes sense why Mel actually left. But it's like, oh, we forgot to put it back in before airtime. So it's just like, it literally feels like they got to the end of the season and someone said, okay, guys, you only got 3 episodes left, so wrap it up. Wrap it up. Get Mel out of here. We're still recovering from the damage that supposedly Colin Baker done. Come on. And it just feels. I mean, at least with the Ronnie, that was unintended comedy gold. But this is just like, and it feels like even the Glitz thing, it's just like he shows up because he was maybe a fan favorite character from the first one. So they're like, yeah, we really know how weak this story is. So we're going to bring somebody else into it just to make, just to distract from how bad the story is. It's just.
That's all it is. They meet him in a freaking bar, and he's just there. It wasn't
and a juice bar on top of that. It's like a futuristic, what are those stupid things? Yogurt bar, like a froyo bar.
Yeah, not even a real bar. He's supposed to be like basically a space pirate, and what is he doing now? I'm drinking a milkshake, I guess. I love this chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, and I still wasn't understanding the whole concept of like basically a planet-wide Carvel, and it's like the whole economy. I don't know. Like I said, even the opening, you have this opening scene with this little girl chasing the mother's chasing the girl, is acting like someone, she's like shopping and just all upset. And at the end of the serial, you have this girl looking at the TARDIS, and it's like there was no connection made between her and the Doctor and Mel. It wasn't like they had a nice intimate moment or she helped through the story or anything like that. And then it's like when the TARDIS fades away, she smiles like this, winking a smile, and it's like, what are you winking about? Because you weren't even here for that. You literally
if they were setting up a blonde companion for the future, maybe. But it's not that. It's just the kid's there. Okay. It's like, you know what it is? They had it was a bring your daughter to work day, and they were like, she really needs something to do. Just put her in the dress and let her run around. That's all.
Unless Amy Pond is her redemption story, like say, hey, remember that time they did Dragonfire? Let's do a better version of that, and we'll just stretch it out over 3 years. But it's like literally no, and no, yeah, and 11 did it better, and it's just I
give it a number. Give it a poor number.
Oh, yeah, And I realize I'm gonna have to start keeping a spreadsheet of how I'm rating these episodes, these stories, so I don't besmirch other ones with this. So I'm gonna try to play this safe because I think I've ranked another story really, really low, and I'm gonna go. Ooh, should I do it? I think I'm gonna go 2. Yep, I think I'm gonna go. I'll go 3. I'll go 3. 2 feels like I'm just being mean spirited. So I'll go 3.
I'm going to go 3 too. 32. No, I'm going 3 as well. This is not a good story. Not at all. Ace is the only saving grace, and even then, it's not enough to pull out this waste of a season. All right, Chris.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Like, yeah, it's not perfect. There's a lot of things that are just rushed, but I like Ace. I like nice, simple, introduction to her, and how she's introduced it ties into Curse of Fenric, so that's good.
Yeah, first one.
But I like Kane, the villain. Performance-wise, he's pretty good. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's could be worse.
You know what this story is? They learned how to do the Indiana Jones melting face effect, and they were like, "We gotta put this in an episode." That's what they built the episode around. That's all. That's it.
But that's the thing. To Chris's point is that even the Kane thing, that it's an interesting villain and an interesting backstory that basically just gets told by this hologram. And it's like, bruh, if anything, you could have padded this out with an episode that kind of went back to how the gang ended up in that position in the first place. They didn't even do that. And it's like the Kane, it just felt so incomplete. I think this was a waste of the Kane villain. I could see them doing a big finish about this if they didn't already, something involving the Kane character that would. I mean, it feels like Big Finish is just the place that bad doctor stories and or characters go to get redemption, and I'm all for that. And this one is a prime candidate.
Well, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure your face melting off is a Big Finish, but yeah.
I have one question for background guy Chris. Is there an explanation? Does anybody explain why this serial comes off like this? Is there any back behind the scenes story about?
Hang on, let's look at story notes.
Yeah.
Doesn't say so. Just only this is what we originally planned, and then they altered it. That's it.
All right.
It's really.
Well, then, much like Gallifrey, my 3 stands. But anyway.
Yeah, I have no idea. It could be because after, kicking Colin off, and then you have the higher ups who want to kill the show are like, okay, we've given you this another chance, you better bring it back a bit. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Cartmell had his own plans, but because he was the new guy, he was the new script editor or whatever, he couldn't really do it until the next 2 seasons.
Gotcha.
So it could be just everything was reined back because we got to appeal to the heads of the BBC.
It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, because then you get into season 25 and it's just like, oh yeah, Remembrance, that's good.
Yep.
Silver Nemesis, not really. That's kind of the worst episode there. Happiness Patrol, I actually quite liked. I remember not liking it, and then I watched it again. I'm like, actually, you know what? I actually kind of like this. It's not as good as Remembrance, but... And then Greatest Show in the Galaxy, great.
Yep. Hey.
Is what it is. That's our show. And just like the end of this episode in Set of Mercy, we ask you to...
We're going to leave for no reason. I'm gonna hang out with Sabalon Glitz on the Nosferatu 2. Hell yeah.
See, that's how you know that this is a bad episode, because the ship's name should have been changed to the Nosferatu 2 with the number 2 at the end.
You think Glitz is smart?
No, not at all. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye. Alonze.
Okay.
Come along. Let's go.